Hey, welcome back to another video. Well, casual day today. Some clouds around the coast, which is a good sign. So that's good. You can see up here a bit of cloud around, so that's good. A little bit of a nice cool breeze too, not as hot as yesterday. So that's nice. But so I thought I'd come down to the dam and do some bird practice, which is always good. Probably one of the hardest disciplines I would say in photography is bird photography, because it's just really tough you've got to know a lot about your subject matter. And look, I confess I am know little to nothing. But it's fun because it's sort of, again, one of those things where we've talked about many times before about pushing yourselves outside your comfort zone, changing the way you think when we talk about macro photography, or thinking small, or changing your perspective when you're going out to take shots, going to the same area and then looking at a different way of looking at things. So I think sometimes if you get stuck into that constantly doing landscape, and those beautiful oceans, the beaches, and astro photography, and all those amazing things, sometimes it's good to just switch off that and go and chase something that you're just not used to. You appreciate what you can do when you do your landscape stuff. You appreciate the people that do bird photography and get out there and get those amazing images, and they look like just one little off still shot of a bird about to hit a water or anything like that. Once you go and try and do that, you realise, oh my God, those people they've put in the hours just to get that one shot. So I think it's fun, and Wappa Dam is such a peaceful place, and it's always nice and quiet and relaxing. There's always we've got some birds sitting out here at the moment. Not as many as I thought there might be, but I think it's a little windy, and the sun still is about. Hopefully it goes behind the clouds a bit. And it's good fun. It's a good way to sort of, again, just change it up. And photography doesn't have to be all about the one thing, doing the one thing over and over. Yeah, it's good to keep doing the same thing and getting better at it and practice it. But if you feel a little bit stagnant, or you feel like, I don't know what to do, I've done that, rightio, so it's a good way just to try something different. I'm lucky I do have the 200-800 lens, which is brilliant for any sort of bird stuff. I do have it on the tripod at the moment, but as we did with the surfers, we're going to be using that same sort of method. So just spinning around, I'll just go full freestyle, but it just gives me that little bit of support, so I can just lock it up and just leave it there when I need to rest. I'm holding the weight of that big lens, and that can sometimes be a bit of a deterrent. You can get a monopod, but then you've got to sort of hang on to the monopod. Whereas Winston, I don't have to worry. I've locked him up. He's nice and level. I've got a leveling head, so that's all good to go. So it's just a matter of just relaxing, waiting for some birds. We get a few little fellows around. I'm going to do some test shots now and then see what I can and can't find. Sometimes there's some little kingfishers that come near the trees around here as well. So yeah, it should be a nice little relaxing half an hour to an hour. That's probably all I'll spend here, but I think that's enough just to give you a little bit of a taste and a little bit of appreciation. Righto, let's hit that intro and see if I can't find any little birdies to help us out with our practice. Right. Okay, we're lucky enough to have the swans turn up. 2 black swans. Probably what you consider a little bit easy to catch. But nonetheless, very beautiful. Let's see if we can get some photos. Got a friend waiting for that light when he turns his head and gets the light from the sun. He's got a friend coming behind him. There might be, this one's a little bit smaller, so this might be, I don't know how to tell the difference between the males and the females. But they're coming round on the lakes, that's pretty cool. Good chance to get some nice photo. Oh, that light there. Again, I'm using the same method as we talked about before with the surfers. So swivel ball head, probably not the right gimbal for it. Need one of those L-shaped ones, but make do what you can do. Using that foot of the 200 to 800, hand in there, so it's nice and stable. I can come down and pick up my swanny, and I can swivel it, I can turn, and I'm still sort of stable. There's a spider right in my... So see how I can control it one-handed, and it's not falling all over the joint. It's by having that one hand there, which is only just holding it. Realistically, it's not. I'm not having to hold the weight of it. It makes a big difference. Sorry, March flies. They're nasty. I've been using that method a lot with the surfers, and then also with the birds as well, because all I can do is just lock down the swivel, and I can still turn it to where I'm sort of anticipating some movement. And then that allows me to quickly get back, and then all I've got to do is hand on, unlock it, and then I can go and shoot. Just make do what you can do, find a way to sort of stabilise it as best you can for when you're shooting, so you can try and give yourself the best chance to get a good shot. Also shooting at 2,000 for a second, and I've got my ISO up at 4,000 f10. So A should be sharp, it's going to be fast enough so it's going to be able to capture any sort of movement in the birds. And the ISO 4000 is really, on the R6 M2, it's not going to be any sort of an issue with denoise in Lightroom, so definitely working well, so going to keep using that little method as much as I can. Hope that's another little idea, a bit of an idea to chuck in the old back pocket to help you out when you're out shooting, or if you're concerned about not being able to get a nice steady shot. I'm setting up Winston on a bit of an incline here. It's a tricky one. There's some birds down here. This seems to be where the most of the bird life are. So I'm just trying to take a bit of time to see what I can get. See if I can get closer, because even though I've got the 800 on, it's still a fair bit away. Oh yeah, that's heaps better. I'm not sure if it's an egret or what it is, but she's... Switch over to video here. Beautiful white birdie sitting on a branch, just cleaning itself. And looks pretty good. The R6 video comes up really nice. So yeah, trying to get a little bit more video in there for you to show you what the R6 can do with that video. And having the beautiful big long lens on makes a big difference. So just, yeah, a little bit more, just these two birds sitting on top of the crane. Just a pelican. This is handed out because he's turned up just as he's about to leave. go. Mr. Swanee, perfect in the light there. Done and dusted for another week. Look, it's been fun. Good morning, good practice. I think there was some nice video with the R6 with the swannies, some good video of the birds sitting up on the crane, and even the little white bird, the fishing bird over here that was having a bit of a clean. A gorgeous day at the lake's always pretty hard to beat, and yeah, definitely not a loss by any stretch of means. Hopefully I get some nice photos. That would be a double plus, but good practice. As I said earlier on, a lot of respect for people that do bird photography. It's an art form into itself. It's very, very technical, very specialised, and very much relies on a hell of a lot of patience and knowledge. The patience is something you can learn. Knowledge, you have to really focus and teach yourself. The more you come out, especially if you've got a lake in your area that you're going to shoot and you know there's a lot of birds coming to, well, that's easy. You can, the more often you turn up at the same time, you can check, what happens at that time. Birds are very structured, I guess, in their daytimes. They probably feed similar times, and they go where the fish are, or where the food is. So they're going to be doing a similar sort of thing. So once you learn their patterns, it's going to make it easy to capture them. And then it's a matter of techniques like using the ball head. If that's all you've got, nice being able to pivot and do whatever you need to do and still have some sort of stable base, which is good, and it's easy. I'm just sitting here now on the tripod. I can take a rest when I need to. I can have it set up on a spot I know where the action's going to be, and within 2 seconds I can have my eye on, and then I can be moving around the scene using that ball head as my swivel. I think little tricks like that can help you a lot once you find the spot that you want to shoot in. So hopefully that helps you a little bit, and I hope you enjoy this beautiful little morning at Wappa Dam. Clouds have gone. The sun's come out and pretty much melted the clouds away. Unfortunately, we had some big fluffy clouds, so I was sort of hoping it was going to be really nice, but not to be. Well, it's pretty hard to whinge about sunny days here on the sunny coast, because it's normally raining, as you well know if you've watched the channel. If you haven't already seen all my rainy videos where I'm constantly wet, it's constantly raining and waterfalls and all that fun stuff, subscribe, like, drop us some comments, anything you need to know. I'm happy to help in any way, shape or form. Yeah, links below if you're after some K&F gear, the first choice for photo and video, proud supporters of the channel, and I appreciate their support and their ongoing sponsorship. Rightio, I'll see you all next week. Have a great week and get out there and shoot, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Peace.